a new month and we have had a lot of crazy life expenses, so it's time to see how that's affected our net worth. Here's our net worth update for July 2023. Hey there, I'm Brittany Flammer, a financial coach with videos all about budgeting and money saving tips for you and your family. I traditionally have liked to update our net worth monthly because I like keeping an eye on things. I know people that do it everywhere from daily to annually. Doesn't really matter, whatever works for you. More often is better if you're just getting started. I like to start with our cash assets, which is stuff that either is cash or can turn into cash really quickly. So our checking account is the first one, and it's at $5,228, which as you can see is up over $4,000 from last month. That's because last month, I like to update ours at the very end of the month, and I like to do it consistently, but last month we were getting ready for a trip, so I did ours earlier than normal. So we hadn't been paid for the month last time. So my husband just got paid. We've had a few bills come out. Our savings account, these are a couple of sinking funds that we've got. So we put some money in every month, but we've taken a lot out lately, but that's what it's there for. So it's down to $984 in our savings account. Now, my business account has a lot more in it. It's at just over $5,000, which is $2,500 more than last month. Everything I earn from my business, we have been putting towards our mortgage. But our mortgage is only 2% interest rate, and our online savings are earning between 4 and 5+%. So we can earn more in our online savings. So we are still setting that money aside for our house to pay off early, but we're putting it in an online savings account. So I have this in some vaults, in a vault in SoFi. So that's why it's high. Rather than putting it towards a mortgage, we're just transferring it to an online savings account to earn interest. Our emergency fund went up by $42. That's just the interest. We have most of our emergency fund in an online savings account all by itself, and it earns interest every month. We just let it accrue in there. Also, our online savings account has $41,700, which is $6,000 less than last month. In the intro, I said that we've had a lot of expenses lately. My husband and I just bought tickets to go to South Africa to visit my parents, which was a huge expense. We had a family reunion. We've had a few medical expenses. We also have been saving up money. The reason we have so much in online savings is to do an addition to our house. We're adding a garage with an apartment above it, and that is a huge expense. We have a lot of money set aside for that. So I love using online savings account for any money that you're gonna use or spend in the next 2 to 3 years. So it's liquid, it's available, it's not invested, but you're still earning some interest on it. My favorites, I will have playing a video right at the end, right up here, but Ally and SoFi are probably my 2 favorite, but there are a lot of great ones out there. Our health savings account went down by $16. I had a filling, and I think we had to pay for some fluoride. So overall, total cash has gone up by $471. Now moving on to our investments. We have a lot of different investments. Mutual funds, we are not currently adding any money to this. We were adding money a little bit every month to go towards this, but then we decided to put it towards our mortgage, and then we had expenses come up. Funny how that happens. So we haven't added anything, but it went up by $431 this month. My husband's Roth IRA, we did not add anything to this because he contributes to employment through his employer, through his paycheck right now. So, but it went up $774. My Roth IRA, we did contribute $300, but it went up $2,300. This retirement account is an old one, so we're not contributing to it, but it went up $647. This is my husband's current retirement. We contributed a few hundred, his employers contributed their portion, but it went up by $1,900. And our kids' 529, which it is invested. It's not, I mean, technically it's our money, but it's meant for our kids, so we never intend to use it, but I like to include it in here just to keep track of it and see how it's doing. We did add $50. We add money when a kid has a birthday and for Christmas. My parents, their grandparents give them $50 for Christmas, $50 for birthday, so we just put it right into their 529. So we added $50, went up by $340. Overall, total investments went up by almost $6,500. Now, we have met with a financial planner, and we are going to be making some changes to what our stuff is invested in to be a little bit more aggressive and hopefully get better results. If you're interested in that, let me know. Any questions you might have in the comments down below. Our house, now I know I've mentioned before that this is a touchy subject. Should you include the value of your house. What should you do? A lot of people say you shouldn't include your house because it goes up in value. It's a use asset. You are living in it. You're not going to be able to you can't eat your house, right? But then other people say, well, you could sell it and then have the money. There is no right or wrong answer. Money guys, they like to include their house in their net worth, but they include the value of their house when they purchased it. So they don't include what it is today. So I think that's a great indicator. I have been including the value of our house, so I'm just gonna keep doing that because I don't wanna see it drop by a few $100,000 all of a sudden. Knowing that we don't intend to sell our house, but when we get older, we could. But the housing market has been crazy, so it is steadying out now. So our house is worth $672,400, which has gone up by $2,000, which is what it's supposed to. Houses typically appreciate 4.5% over the year. So this $2,000 is the equivalent of, it's either 4 or 4.5% for the entire year. So that's what it should be going up in a normal monthly amount. Our van, truck, and car all decreased just a little bit. So total physical assets, $696,000, gone up by about $1,700. Total assets up by almost $9,000, $957,000. But then we have to subtract our debts. For our mortgage, we currently owe $122,695. In the month of June, we made our regular mortgage payment, but then we also made an extra mortgage payment from my income. What we are doing now, I mentioned earlier, we are still setting aside money for our mortgage, but we're putting it in an online account where we can earn 4.3% instead of where we're earning 2% by paying off our mortgage early. It is intended and it should go towards our mortgage at some point, but for now, we're just earning more on it in interest. Our credit card, we have one main credit card we use for everything. It is really high right now, $3,427. That's higher than normal. We have started adding on our garage and we have so many expenses coming in and out. This is just what we pay it off every month, but this is the current balance. Our credit card, we have opened up a vacation for our credit card for our vacation. We just booked the tickets. That's what we paid like $2,200 or $2,300 for our tickets, but then automatic payment went through, so it's already been paid off. Balance is down to $0. And then our credit card for our house expense, not house expenses, but like our house maintenance, house upgrades, is at $110. So overall total debt has gone down by almost $1,000 at $126. So that means our overall total net worth is $830,792. It's gone up by $9,600 in just 1 month, and we have spent a lot of money. Scrolling down, if we don't include the value of our house, our net worth would be $158,000, which means it's still gone up by $7,600 or 5%. So whichever way you look at it, we are increasing. I like updating our net worth monthly because I feel like I'm just being more conscientious. I make better choices. That being said, we are doing huge, major house projects. So I know that our net worth in the next couple of months is gonna go way down because we're spending a ton of money. But it's also going to increase the value of our house. So in the long run, it will increase our net worth. But we have so many transactions going on and we're extremely busy over summer that I'm probably not gonna update the next month or two. I probably won't update every single month. I will probably give it a couple of months before I get around to it. Let me know in the comments down below how often you like to update yours. And if you want that video on favorite online savings accounts, check it out right up here. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video.